Yes, just for a moment. Just bring your attention as, and at the same time keeping it open, to that area that we call the heart. Allow this area to awaken. To awaken to the love that already is there. Somehow in this area, we are capable to sense what we call human love, but also the sense of true love. That's all. You don't need to make it happen. Just simply open to sense the love that already is here. For some of us, we may sense that the heart is beating faster. And if so, just don't try to do anything with it or about it. Simply notice the surrounding, for the lack of a better word, emptiness or space. So yes, the best you can, allow yourself to be open and awakened to this area of the body. Because it's an area where we experienced these sensations like being hurt, or loved or unloved. It's when we usually suppress. So, where we practice all those tendencies, the tendencies of suppressing, the tendency of expressing, so now, since that you are more aware of this area, simply remember again to open your attention. And you will see how naturally and effortlessly this area will be more open to be absorbed by that in which appears. Thy energy will just be discharged naturally. Nothing needs to be done at all. All you need, all that is to be what you are already. This unconditional unconditional welcoming that you are. So loving, that says yes to loving and unlovingness, or pleasant and unpleasantness. So while we're going to be doing our conscious investigation by looking directly into our inner experiencing, again, simply just open to the possibility how the being that you are is naturally unconditional, naturally welcoming. The background of all things. Like, for instance, the background of perceiving. So in this moment, simply notice whatever is being perceived. Whatever images, sensations, sounds, like this outer voice, or including the inner voices that you might be hearing. Could you also consciously welcome perceiving itself? And simply notice how perceiving requires no effort. Is simply happening. And could you notice how this unconditional being that you are, which is effortlessly perceiving, is surrounding, permeating, interpenetrating whatever you might be perceiving at this moment. Remember, there is no goal. We're just simply being with whatever is arising on it. And could you also notice that what we call thinking? This doesn't mean for you to effort to think, but to simply notice the presence and the absence of thinking. And again, simply notice how thinking is also spontaneous. No effort is required. And again, simply notice this welcome beingness, which is the background or the emptiness, which allows for all perceiving, all thinking, actually all experiencing. And notice as well how experiencing is just happening. So yes, so we're going to look directly into that what we call thinking, into that exercise that we are such a good sports with. So see or notice what is about thinking that you find enticing. Attractive. interesting. And could you check and see where is that flow of attention generating from? If it's generating from the sensation that we call lack or incompleteness, in other words, if it's originating from the sense of wanting to enjoy recognition, appreciation, attention, or rejection, we're very exotic. We like all different we have all different tastes. Or simply the sense because you're wanting to be separate, or even wanting to be one, the oneness. So simply notice what is that you're resonating the most with at this moment. And whatever that might be, just simply notice it. Whatever that in what you might be sensing or appearing is sensations. Some of them might be charged, so we feel, the sensation, you feel, your images may be arriving, so they may feel charged, so you feel sensations. And just for this moment, can you simply look through it and notice what is actually here? And notice that when you do that, whatever is there naturally and effortlessly dissipates, evaporates, into this ever-welcoming beingness. This beingness that welcomes thinking, yet doesn't need to think to be. Yes, simply remember that you don't need to focus at any point in the chest area. Keep your attention open. If you do, it will discharge by itself, whatever is being sensed. And now, can you allow yourself to notice what you find interesting about now? And check and see where this flow of attention is motivated from. If it's motivating from the sense of incompleteness, or the sense of something missing, or the sense of even wanting to be separate or wanting to be one. And whatever might be that you are right now resonating the most at this moment, including if you feel any sense of wanting to be in a certain way, wish it was in a certain way, notice that as well. So again, whatever you're most in touch with at this moment, just recognize it. Look through it and notice what is actually here. This beingness that is already thought-free. By the way, some of you may recognize this investigation that we're now doing. So notice the reaction to that. If it's any sound that says, oh, I have done this, I don't need to do that anymore. If it is so, I will invite you to welcome that sound. Just for this moment. And whatever sensation is arising. And let it be what truly is. Only energy. When we see it, when we see through it. So let's do it just maybe once or twice more. Can you notice what is that you find fascinating, attractive about thought or about the past? And notice check and see where this attention or flow of energy is coming from, or is originated from. And see if it is arising from the sense of wanting something, wanting to accomplish something, wanting to feel complete, wanting to feel rewarded. Wanting to feel recognized. Or also wanting to feel separate or being one. And simply notice whatever this is inviting into the welcome beingness that you are. And for those who are new to this, simply notice that what arises are always images, inner voices or sounds, or sensations, reactions, emotions. So, whatever that might be that is arising on you, just simply look through it. Just for this moment and only the best you can. And notice what is actually here. That whatever that might be, that we call beingness, that we experience as beingness, that welcomes all thinking, yet is not dependent upon thinking to be. Whatever you are experiencing, notice how it's effortlessly absorbed by that in and on which arises. And if you find yourself that you want to help, that thought is also spontaneous. So notice it as well for what it is. Only a sound. Only an image. Only a sensation. If you find yourself focusing into anything, simply notice it and go back to the open attention, the openness that you are. And then let's see what you find interesting about now. What you find enticing about now. Or not enticing. Or not interesting. Just notice whatever arises. And again, just simply notice, what is that being generated from? Is it being generated from wanting to accomplish? Wanting to understand it? Wanting to figure it out? Or wanting to feel the one? Or feel separate? Whatever that might be. Simply notice whatever you are resonating with at this moment. Whether it's wanting to figure it out or wanting to understand it. And again, just simply let it be what truly is. Only air. So yes, rest as this beingness now, which welcomes thinking, yet is not affected or untouched by thinking. And just lastly, see if you can feel the sense of attraction or attachment to the exercise of thinking. Or aversion. And simply notice whatever reaction is arising on you. And just for this moment, and only the best you can, could you let it be what truly is? Only energy. Naturally, effortlessly, unraveling. So could you just simply rest? That which welcomes thinking, yet doesn't need thinking to be. And notice, lastly, if you're trying to hold on to whatever you might be experiencing at this moment. And if you do, simply notice it for what it is, an effort. And could you let be the effort what is? Only energy. Remember what you are is maintenance free.